Our numbers team is still working to assess how the spike in testing is impacting the number of new cases. So we know these numbers are a lot to take in every day. Tonight, we want to give you that information that really puts the spike in cases in perspective for you. Elwin Lopez got you answers tonight from an expert.
Tonight, a new single-day record, not only for COVID-19 cases in our state, but also for testing. And while we are seeing nearly double the amount of tests today than the daily average, Dr. Colin Smith, clinical assistant professor at Georgia State University's School of Public Health, says the spike in cases is outpacing the rise in testing.
As you have more testing done, you will invariably see more positive cases. But the reality is that the numbers that we are seeing in terms of the number of positive cases and the increase that's happened there outweighs what you would normally see just from an increase in testing.
In addition to seeing a new record for single-day cases on Friday, we are also seeing an additional 82 deaths related to the virus, the fourth highest to date in Georgia. Dr. Smith worries that the number of fatalities could rise soon, as he says several places across Georgia are nearing ICU and hospital bed capacity.
If and when that does happen, I expect the number of individuals who die compared to those who were infected to increase.
He says the way to prevent this is to continue to follow CDC guidelines, and says it is important to understand that some of these might change as we continue to learn more about the virus.